This is Billy. Now it's the...
What's going on, everyone? Darkside Phil here.
Then it's codename Kids Next Door. This is Cartoon Network.
Bruzy says, which Ken do you think looks better, Street Fighter 6 or your cosplay? Now, do you really have to ask that question? Come on, man. Come on. What a ridiculous question. I'm not gonna grace it with an answer here tonight. X-Shooter, good evening. Good to see you. SD Charger says, my mom had allergy-related post-nasal drip. Earlier in the year, she got her nose cauterized. Her PND is 90% cleared. Insurance covered it. Huh. Really? Cauterized. So they burned it on the inside? They actually, like, closed up the hole or whatever? Really? Is it confirmed that that is a surgery that will 100% work? Because I heard that there is not a foolproof surgery at all for it. I seriously might like that. It bothers me, man. I don't have it all the time. When I have it, it's a nightmare. This morning on the podcast, it's like jip, 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 jip. I can't even talk. I gotta keep going, clearing my throat. And it doesn't let up. Even if you take decongestant, it's not congested. Decongestant doesn't solve it because I'm not congested. You see? That's not the point of postnasal drip. That's not what it is. So... Slayer says, I think the surgery might be a trial. You think it is? Because, again, I haven't heard that there's a foolproof surgery for postnasal drip. I've always heard that, you know, there's experimental things, and then there's some medications, but nothing really solves it. Argon wishes there was equal amount of content. He says, where is Zelda and Elden Ring? Well, Elden Ring's on hiatus. We're not coming back to Elden Ring for a long time. We got to play new releases before we go back to last year's release, right? Elden Ring essentially was a time killer, and now it'll come back later when things slow down. Zelda, I told you guys what was going to happen. I said, when I start playing Street Fighter 6, I'm going to have to play a lot of it, and everyone's going to love it, and people are basically going to say, where is everything else? And I knew that would happen. And when do I have time for Zelda? Right now, there is no time for Zelda. Even this week, now people want me to react, do special reacts for Summer Games Fest, for the Xbox conference. Okay, but then there's less gameplay. I got to play a game. Okay, I got to play this game. Got to rush through it, finish it, so I can get to the next game. Let's play the next game. Gameplay. Get those gameplay videos out. Gameplay videos. And this is what's happening is I knew this would happen this month. I absolutely knew there was so much going on this month that we were going to be pressed for time, and there's going to be people who want certain games and don't get them. And I can't really help that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing my best to juggle as best I can, but I know there's going to be people who are disappointed. A lot of people are loving the Street Fighter 6. They want it to continue. If I let up on that, they'll be upset that there's not enough. And then I'm going to fall behind with the game and probably get my butt handed to me every time I play it. Yeah, I don't know. So people seem to be saying that this controller is loud or something. Like, I mean, it's a joystick. If you go to any tournament, that's exactly what you hear the entire tournament. You hear click, clack, clacking of the joysticks. Remember, I used to live in I used to go to arcades. And every time we went to an arcade, all you would hear is joysticks and clacking of buttons. Like, it sounds like you guys just aren't used to it. You're so used to game pads, right? That you don't know that what arcade sticks sound like. That's just natural that you're going to hear that. I received my first contribution of the night. $1.25 tip. I think you would like Marisa as a character. She's fun to play. Yeah, a lot of people are saying, where's Zangief? Why don't you try Marisa? What about Manon? Or Mana, or however the hell you say it. Manamana. I think her name is Manamana, actually. It's a lot of silent syllables because she's French. Manamana, right? No, like, I know. And that's the thing. A lot of people are like, why aren't you playing these characters? And I'm like, well, wait a minute. You understand I just played non-stop Street Fighter 6 all week long. People are complaining I'm not playing other games, but you're angry that I didn't play these characters. Like, again, I wish at this week, I told you guys this month was bad. I knew it. You can't have a new hot fighting game, a huge RPG, another huge RPG, back to back to back like that. It's terrible release timing. These companies do not look at the landscape and say, what's the best release timing for our games? They really don't. And as a content creator like me who plays a variety, it's rough, man. It's really rough right now. I want to play Street Fighter 6 a lot, but now I got people pulling me in another direction. Now we got React stuff to do. But I can't please everyone. It is unfortunate. Unless I were able to clone myself, which I can't. Good evening, Brianna. Good to see you. Yeah, there's other conferences too, Slayer. I think Capcom has a half-an-hour presentation, and I think Ubisoft also has a presentation. I think they're both Monday. I could be wrong. But the thing is, there's so much going on. I can't do them all. It's too much, man. I can't react to every single one. It's just wild. There's so much going on. But here's exactly what I knew was going to happen. I said, if I play Street Fighter and I play Diablo, when are we going to play Zelda? And if I try to play it, people are going to complain. You know? I knew this would happen. And now the question is, when does Zelda even come back effectively? I don't know. I'm going to try to squeeze in some Zelda streams this next week, right? Yeah. Darth Goldbach says, thank goodness you finished Jedi Survivor and Final Fantasy V before these. Exactly. Those games would have been dead if I didn't finish them. I'm so happy I finished them last week. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, of course. Brucey says, of course, your views have been good this weekend. Of course they've been good this weekend compared to Zelda and other ongoing games. I knew they would be. I absolutely knew they would be. Like I said, I like Nintendo games. They just don't perform well on my channels. They never have. I don't think... It's been like over 10 years since I played a Nintendo game that did really well. Even the super hot ones don't do well. For whatever reason, the Nintendo viewers usually go and watch other Nintendo creators. You know what I mean? The people who are tending to know that they're known for that stuff.
I want to be supportive and make sure that I can pay my bills when I'm playing a game I make no money on YouTube. Please show up to the streams and cheer, sub, and tip if you can. It very much helps out and it negates the negativity of Nintendo being jerks on you.
Can we game? I suppose we should. It is almost 7:15 indeed. So I suppose we should begin. Bone Warriors. Hey, skeleton, take that. You vile skeleton beast. Oh, what the hell was that? That was like a bone crossbow. Bony warriors, the power's in the marrow. Bony warrior. Shocking. All junk. Well, we can equip the other ring. Shadow resistance, poison resistance, critical strike damage. You can wear 2 rings in this game. That's right. Why do I think interest waned quickly for Diablo? I literally just explained this thing. This game is going to be a lot of repetitive dungeon grinding. There's not much story to it. I know there's not. There will be a main story, but it's not going to be the focus of the game. It's going to be me talking with you guys while I kill a million generic enemies. That's what Diablo is. So if we treat it as a late night chill stream, it'll have some interest, but it's never going to be as much as like an action-packed competitive game like Street Fighter, just being honest. Just like it's not is going to get the attention of a survival horror game or whatever. It's just a different style of game. This kind of game is not going to get crazy attention. I knew it wasn't from the get-go, which is why I asked you guys if you were sure you wanted me to play it. You know what I mean? Day 1 views, day 1 inflated views, make the money. What's funny is I just had a troll in the chat and they said, oh, you only interact with people when they contribute. What do you say to that? Well, let's see. Here's what I say to that. You ready? We haven't had a contribution in 15 minutes. Have I been completely silent? Right? Like, did I have my mouth closed, taped shut, because no one was contributing? Like, what are you talking about? What an idiot. What a fucking idiot. I'm playing a fucking video game, you idiot.